Hello guys, I'm back. Today I'm playing Minecraft again. Oh yeah, if you hear something in the background, I'm actually watching a puppy playtime lore video. Sounds cool, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, fun fact, if I try to play Minecraft on this, I mean, you have noticed like every time I try recording Minecraft video, yeah, probably, I only have, probably, every time I try to record in Minecraft, it keeps on glitching. I'm not really sure why though. Oh yeah, if you hear something, I'm watching a Papa Playtime lore video. It's pretty cool. Look at this. If I go to Moja Minecraft, look, it's just freeze. I hope Mojang could fix this because it's just freezing. I have to do this. And restart playing Minecraft. That's the only way that I can actually record playing Minecraft. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I have been absent for a while. I was pretty focused on watching YouTube and school stuff. But yeah, fun fact, I have made like new renovations to my base. It's really cool. You have to see this. It's pretty cool. So yeah. Sending a letter bringing him onto the team on January 15th, 1990, where when doing so, Harley went to work, trying to figure out how the Poppy doll's life worked by taking the toy apart piece by piece to find that inside were real-life human remains. Knowing it was then possible to create a living toy. It might take a while to load, so yeah. While creating a few small experiments of his own to try and recreate his success. But it was when reading back on Elliot's lab experiment when Skinner showed... What? Why it did not play? That's weird. Let's try to load it again. But then... Elliot had recent parents Sorry if you hear something, I was watching a Poppy Playtime lore video, so yeah. It takes a while to load, so yeah. To craft a laser pointer from an alarm clock in his cell and destroy the camera watching it on his chamber where when in a Yo guys, this is my new renovated base. Look at this. Look at this. I put in like a giant big glass because my happy gas didn't have enough space to roam around, so I made a new upgrade to my roof. Look at this. However, the prototype had hidden in one of the camera's blind spots. One casualty was tried. Otherwise, the creation living and breathing didn't you look at this. I have upgraded the area. It's pretty cool. It took a while, but yeah. Here's my toggles. Here's my base, yeah. Look at this. Look at it. This is my upgraded area with giant cool glass roofs like that. Yeah, I made a lot. Like I have like upgraded everything to its coolest form, bro. Wait, guys, did you notice? Every time I try to play Minecraft, it keeps on lagging. I don't know why. I previously show my storage is
It has like kind of storage, but it keeps on lagging pretty badly. I don't know why. I have like tried to do something about it. I don't know how to fix the lag issue problem. It's not too bad, but it sometimes bother me. The Minecraft lag issue. If Mojang could hear this, hey Mojang, can you fix this lag issue? And sometimes I try to play Minecraft, it keeps on lagging. It happens sometimes, really. This is my new area. This is my area, but I have renovated it again. Look at this. I made an entire staircase going up, like this. Boom. It's kinda confusing, really.
Experimenting on some of the children and try to shove them into the shelves of the brand's iconic toys to try and make something valuable for the business to sell.
So yeah.
That's with failure after failure after failure. Some
Look at
instances,
this.
including Experiment 1015, who showed minor brain activity but otherwise didn't work in the slightest.
It's pretty cool though. I have like made a new section.
Who survived for 45 minutes and held promise, being able to look at whoever was talking to them, and even track down an employee's index finger when prompted, but otherwise was also unsuccessful. He couldn't reproduce what he did with the prototype into the shell of an actual toy.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I made a new area base. Yeah, new staircase. This is the area. If my happy guys want to go there, then he could go there. It's pretty cool.
What if instead of trying to cram a human body into a small toy-sized creature, he chose to make the toys themselves larger, human-sized toys?
So yeah, but to only get the glass, I kinda have to destroy an entire beach. Like I mine out all of the sand just to make a cool roof. It was not easy. I broke like a few. I broke a few shovels.
To pitch this idea, he would work on Experiment 1160.
So yeah.
Which ended up being a massive success.
In happy gas, pretty chill. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I upgraded my mob farm. Who broke the ladder? What? I can make a new one. Okay, put this. Give me a second.
However, in reality, this place was actually built so that scientists could test the children's physical and mental cognition.
Okay, and okay, can you put the ladder?
new scientists to work on math.
Okay, look, I have put like probably more than 10 sections.
From the Young Geniuses program, and a
Yeah, it did
biologist by the name W.
Fact,
But together,
yes, it did increase the production of like kind of zombies like kind of with XP to get XP, but it wasn't easy. I have to use so much cobblestone just to put so much in the stacks. Yes, it gave me like kind of XP, but it wasn't easy at the same time.
Originally deemed to be a bad kid as a
So yeah.
But after being mentored by Harley himself, improved his skill tremendously and would be chosen to become
Look at this.
monster, who, for whatever reason, displayed an odd sense of loyalty to certain staff members, leading to Harley sort of manipulating this emotion by isolating himself with Yarnaby until he became so emotionally dependent on him that he could control Yarnaby in what he did completely. Which would become a problem later in the timeline when something would distract.
It's pretty big.
Even Yarnaby breathing and unable to do anything for weeks. But as time went on, they also started to create more successful experiences.
It's pretty big. Put so many layers of sections. It wasn't easy, but it worked. Oh my! I'm starting noticing the lag spike. It's pretty noticeable.
Getting better every time, and they even started to replace the workers in
oh my! I really almost fall off.
Various different clones of her to replace all the teachers in the school. However, to cut costs even further, for their next project, they wanted to create a new bigger bag that would stick the gun smoke around home sweet home where the children could sleep or and all had to be smiling for this fiasco. They decided who else but
yeah. Oh yeah, and all of my materials to make this, it wasn't easy. I have to like mine so much cobblestone. But the reason why I able to make this because I have a kind of stacks of cobblestone after I make so much room for my base. So after that, I used a lot of the extra cobblestone to make the mob farm. It wasn't easy, but yeah, it works pretty well. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is my brother's room. It's pretty tiny, but it's okay though. Yeah. I was planning to make some more rooms, but my items are not looking good. They're pretty low durability. So yeah.
And when looking through Theo's drawings, they would find a sketch of said friend, 1006 the Kuroda, who had seemingly escaped his cell and was now working around plate hairs. However, this wasn't to even relationship, to use Theo. He would get up digging through Playtime Co. until he find the order of his imaginary friend, and would also steal 2 sets of hands and an extension they added to the hands to allow electricity to be
so yeah, this is all of my new upgrades I made in my base. It's pretty cool. So yeah, we are right back, guys. I'm gonna go AFK. I gotta watch some YouTube on my TV. So yeah. I'll be right back, guys.
Theo would accidentally misfire and shock himself, leaving himself with severe burns while opening the exit gate. But from here, something really interesting happened.
If you hear something, in the background, I'm actually watching a YouTube video on my TV. So yeah.
In a moment of the true Elliot inside of him showing, he had a change of heart, and instead alerted authorities to Theo's injuries, saving his life, but getting himself harmed in the process. Following this event, seeing Theo's rowdiness, they decided that he would be the prime victim to be chosen for Catnap Experiment 1188 in November of 1990. which upon operation could generally be considered a success as he could walk around and spit the red smoke as he was supposed to. But that's not to say he didn't have a few various problems. For one, the children found Catnap to be really scary at first, which was obviously bad since he was supposed to be around them every night. Plus, eventually his voice box broke, giving him a scary, raspy voice. But by far, his biggest issue was that he was seemingly obsessed with the prototype. As a child, the prototype was his only true friend, and after saving his life in the Green Hand incident, Catnap saw the prototype like a dog, following him around wherever he went in the same way a puppy would follow its owner. He was completely under 1006's control more than even the employees. But even more issues would arrive on November 20th, 1990. As inside of Playcare's Playhouse, they had created a bunch of holding cells in order to hold the experiments until they were needed. And while attempting to confine Catnap into one of these holding cells, he would, in a fit of rage, escape and go on a rampage, attacking 6 employees and killing them before several tranquilizer darts were shot into him, subduing him, with one of the witnesses and reporter of the incident being a biologist PW, urging for better safety equipment while seeing firsthand the inhumanity of these experiments and what it did to the children inside the bodies. Regardless, this situation would be covered up by the company, and afterwards, begin to put together a group known as the Resource Extraction Specialists, who were in charge of collecting parts and evidence after tragedies just like this one, also building an employee-only train station used so they could quickly move throughout the dangerous areas, which are good things, but they also cost the company a lot of money. For now, though, Catnap would keep getting evaluated into 1991, where things started to lighten up as the bodies kept expanding. For instance, in light of the recent tragedy, they would also build the Safe Haven, a bunker-off room that ran on its own power system with highly protected doors and safety features, designed so employees in the event of another emergency could go and hide inside until it was safe to leave. And going back to Playcare, the scientists grew interested in experimenting on the child Marie Payne, who didn't fit particularly well inside as she responded super negatively to the red smoke, having severe night terrors when administered. So they would instead turn her into an original toy experiment, Mommy Longlegs. A stretchy, long-armed toy that after
where are we back, guys?
concerning, as while she was loving and kind to her fellow orphans, she was violent towards the employees. So to get use out of her, they transferred her to the game station as the children's daycare attendant, while they examined from far away. And the
Okay, I'm back, guys.
Her so much that they even created a toy out of her to sell to the public, being another big success for Playtime Co. There was also another child in Playcare worth noting, who was named Ollie, a child who at first wouldn't seem notable as he was just another kid in the thousands that flooded the Playcare's orphanage. But the main difference was he had a phone of some sort that allowed him to communicate across the factory, specifically with another super important child, Poppy. These two never saw each other, but at some point began actively communicating through this phone, where Poppy, who was struggling with being forced to let employees study her and take her apart, was able to confide in Ollie and talk with him to help calm her down. Giving her her only true friend in the factory after being turned into the monster she felt she was. Speaking of monsters, following this, with all these different experiments roaming around the factory, the secret was bound to slip at some point about what was truly going on down here. And at first, it would start small, as on March 21st, employee Marcus Brickley would report to Heath seeing a 1,000-legged monster in the cafeteria roaming around.
I took a peek.
beneath the gate, and some massive bloody thing was gathering about the bloody hallway. You're sure it wasn't a person? It's not a person that's 50 feet long with 1,000 legs. Not knowing it was a bigger body of PJ Pokemon. Thankfully, though, this will still stay small, as we rubbed it off as being in Marcus's imagination, and eventually he forgot about it. However, just over a week later, on March 30th, employee Rowan Stoll, a Playtime Co. IT specialist, would make another report claiming it looked like the Huggy statue in the lobby was watching guests on the tours, unaware it was a living thing. However, unlike Marcus, Rowan kept investigating and started digging into Playtime Co.'s secrets in search of answers, learning about the bigger bodies.
Damn, this lore video is pretty good. I'm watching on the TV, so yeah.
Obviously horrified him, and he wanted to get the word out. So he would use his IT skills and uploaded all of his findings onto a computer server. However, quickly, Playtime Co. caught onto this and would try to kill Rowan by doing things like messing with the wheels of his car, hoping for an accident. This obviously scared Rowan, since a big company was coming after him, and he realized his fate was coming near. So he wrote a letter containing the information to access the computer files he was working on, containing all of the secrets, sending it out to his mother on July 15th, 1991, while also recording one final VHS tape saying his final goodbyes, and detailing his plan to release all of his findings during the next week's security maintenance.
Next week, I've scheduled the company, the servers, the security to be shut down, 60 minutes of maintenance while security is out, release everything and run.
Where days later, they finally caught him in a room with Boxy Boo, who finally got to put his human appetite to work, eating Rowan's soul and killing him. Then, a few more days later, on July 20th, during Rowan's planned maintenance, Playtime Co. would instead wipe all of their computer databases, including the files he planned to release, keeping all of their company secrets hidden, at least for now. Things generally coasted along for the rest of the year for Playtime Co., leading into 1992, where there started to be another problem. As with Elliot Ludwig being dead, the employees seemingly started to store various different body parts inside of his house, including those of a young experimented on child that was eventually discovered by the public, which obviously was bad for the company's reputation. And furthermore, on June 18th of the same year, for seemingly no reason, one of Playtime Co.'s best and most successful and obedient toys, Huggy Wuggy, would suddenly snap and break for Playtime Co.'s exit, escaping the factory during the night and wreaking complete havoc in the outside forest, killing multiple employees and even being spotted in residential neighborhoods. And while thankfully both of these incidents were able to be swept under the rug, as Elliot's neighbors already saw him as weird, giving them a good alibi for the body being there, and they managed to subdue Huggy without any of the public seeing him, these close calls were starting to get worrying, and also showed that the monsters were seemingly getting more and more aggressive over time. Especially since in another experiment, 1199, the employees turned worker Thomas Clark into a blonde toy after he contracted lung cancer to try and save his life, but was almost immediately attacked by the other toys who could tell he was an employee, showing how much more aggressive they were getting. Speaking of which, Hurley Sawyer in the background kept studying his first creation, the prototype, who as well started to show more.
Okay, back guys. Sorry, I was just watching some YouTube on my TV. Oh my, the lagging stutter is really bad. I might as well have to end the video. I might have to end the video because the stutter is really bad. I got to end the video now. Bye guys.